like Nvidia can say, "Hey, we're making real money." Oklo is 100% expectation. So you got to be really careful about that because once you jump in and you're actually trying to do the things you said you're going to do, you may find they may run into issues that they didn't anticipate. Okay. Also, let's see here. It looks like they may end up diluting their shares by raising more money, which is a bad thing. And there's competition out there, AWS, Google Cloud, etc. Okay, so yeah, so basically, here's the deal with NBIS, Howard. It's risky. That's it. So if you jump in, just know what you're jumping into, and you may want to consider protecting yourself. So if I'm looking at a stock like this, maybe what I do is I put a collar on the bulldog, and and what I mean by that is there's something called a collar, which we might as well discuss it here. A collar is where actually it's programmed here in E-Trade. So let me show you. Let's just do a collar. So you put collar here, right? So collar means if I want to own this stock, maybe what I do is I sell a call option and I buy a put at the same time. So here they have the collar programmed where it's doing three steps, right? You're buying 100 shares. You're also selling a call, and they pick the date here for you, but this doesn't have to be your date. You got a lot of dates you can pick. September 26th, that's tomorrow, so that's kind of soon. And then you also buy a put. So you're selling a call here, you're buying a put here. So why does this make some sense? Well, the reason you sell the call is because what you're doing is you're kind of getting it while the getting's good. You say, okay, this stock is $107. It could collapse tomorrow. Right now, with this stock being $107, let me show you what beautiful thing you could do theoretically if you wanted to. You could, if you sold a call option that expired January 21st, 2028, the price is 107, and you pick a crazy high strike price of 170. Look at that. Oh my God, look at this. This stock is 107. You can pick a strike price of 170, which is a massive ROI, 65%, right? So you still own a big chunk of the future of this stock, and you can collect $33.50 right off the bat. So somebody's willing to pay you $33.50 for the right to buy your stock, not at 107, but for the right to buy it at 170. That's cash and money in the bank. That's so every 100 shares that you buy, you can sell each of those shares for $33.50. That means you can collect $3,350 for every 100 shares that you own. I'm not saying that that's the deal that you should take. I'm saying that that's a deal I would strongly consider, right? Because what you're doing is you're kind of taking some chips off the table. What are you giving up and what are you gaining? Well, what you're giving up is you're giving up ownership rights of the stock for anything above 170. So if you look at the growth in the stock price and you look at it like land or territory, basically you're making a deal. You're saying, look, I own this stock all the way from here to heaven, or I own this land going out, 10,000 acres. You can have 3,000 of those acres. I'm still going to have a lot of land, right? So you own everything up to 170. So if the stock shoots up like crazy, you're still going to benefit. But also, you collected $33.50 in advance per share, just in case things change. Because here's what happens. The market changes all the time. So if bad news comes out, if the economy sinks the way a lot of people think it's going to sink, then that stock, let's say that stock collapses. These are the first stocks that get killed when the battle begins. When the battle begins in the economy, what typically happens is you have what is called a flight to safety. The flight to safety is when everybody wants to jump on the big, safe, secure companies because they're worried that the economy is going to crash. So all the bolts are in the water. Everybody's having a great time. The sun is out. There are people riding their little rafts and tiny yachts and everything and sailboats. And then the storm is coming. Well, when the storm comes, everybody wants to get on the big ship. Everybody's begging to ride with the people at Royal Caribbean or whatever because they don't know what's going to happen next.